Announcer bot is active. The qualification session is at Mount Panorama Circuit in Bathurst, Australia. The wind speed is 15 km/h from the west-northwest. Juan Martin Acuna from Colombia in Mountain Straight is P2. Juan Carlos Guerin from Colombia in Mountain Straight is P8. Carlos Huertas from Colombia in Reed Park is 6th. Juan Martin Acuna in Conrad Straight is 2nd. Juan Martin Botero from Colombia in Pit Straight is P9. Juan Martin Botero is up 6.85 in Quarry Bend. Juan Martin Botero is up 8.42 in Solman Park. Juan Martin Botero is up 10.09 in Forest's Elbow. Juan Martin Botero is up 10.63 in the Chase. Jean-Pierre Ferrand from Colombia in Murray's corner is second. Andres Camilo Cardona from Colombia in pit straight is P3. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in McPhillamy Park is P9 up 16.39. Juan Martin Acuna in the S's is 10th up 10.96. Andres Camilo Cardona in core event is P4 up 1.56. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P2 up 0.19. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 0.45 in the dipper. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is up 0.68 in the chase. Jean-Pierre Ferrand improved his P3 with a 157.163. 1.695 off pole. Santiago Idarraga from Spain is P4. Santiago Idarraga improved his fourth with a 157.394. 1.926 off pole. J.Enriquez from Colombia in Forest's Elbow is second up 0.43. J.Enriquez is provisional pole with a 155.427. Juan Martin Acuna is P8 up 13.07. Santiago Idarraga is P5 up 0.46. Santiago Idarraga is up 0.65 in the chase. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in the dipper is 7th up 0.71. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.59 in the chase. Jose Miguel Moncada improved is 8th with a 2:01.839. 6.412 off pole. Santiago Idarraga in Skyline is 5th up 0.23. Santiago Idarraga is up 0.49 in Conrad Straight. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Santiago Idarraga improved is 4th with a 1:56.969. 1.542 off pole. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in the chase is 11th up 20.89. Andres Camilo Cardona in Murray's corner is 8th. Andres Camilo Cardona improved is 5th with a 1:56.790. 1.525 off pole. Carlos Huertas in Solman Park is P11 up 1.07. Alejandro Arango from Colombia in Solman Park is 9th. Best lap is a 2:01.509. 6.244 off pole. Andres Camilo Cardona is 5th up 0.28. Juan Martin Botero is provisional pole with a 1:55.355. Andres Camilo Cardona is up 0.28 in McPhillamy Park. Andres Camilo Cardona is up 0.68 in Conrad Straight. Andres Camilo Cardona improved is P5 with a 1:56.153. 0.888 off pole. Jose Miguel Moncada in the cutting is 10th up 0.39. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 0.62 in McPhillamy Park. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 1.43 in Forest's Elbow. Jose Miguel Moncada is up 1.33 in the chase. Carlos Huertas is 11th, up 0.31. Carlos Huertas is up 0.24 in the dipper. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Leonardo Bustamante from Colombia in Griffin's Mount is P12, up 13.55. Leonardo Bustamante is up 13.00 in the essays. Leonardo Bustamante is up 12.91 in Conrad Straight. Jose Miguel Moncada is P10, up 1.10. Jose Miguel Moncada improved is 9th with a 2:00.877. 5.612 off pole. J.Enriquez in Reed Park is 3rd, up 0.41. J.Enriquez is up 0.37 in Forest's Elbow. J.Enriquez is up 0.16 in the chase. J.Enriquez is provisional pole with a 1:55.104. Leonardo Bustamante in the chase is 12th, up 0.58. Jose Miguel Moncada in the chase is 10th, up 0.25. Jose Miguel Moncada improved is P10 with a 2:00.165. 5.061 off pole. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in the dipper is 7th, up 0.62. Juan Martin Acuna in McPhillamy Park is 4th, up 0.53. Juan Martin Acuna is up 0.44 in Conrad Straight. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Leonardo Bustamante in the chase is 9th up 1.24. Leonardo Bustamante improved his 6th with a 156.951. 1.847 off pole. Santiago Idarraga in Reed Park is 7th up 0.10. Santiago Idarraga is up 0.01 in Conrad Straight. Santiago Idarraga improved his 7th with a 156.963. 1.859 off pole. Director entering the pits is P16. Juan Martin Botero is P1. Race start. Juan Martin Botero is P1. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in Mountain Straight is 4th. Carlos Huertas entering the pits is P11. Andres Camilo Cardona entering the pits is 12th. Santiago Idarraga from Spain is 6th. Leonardo Bustamante from Colombia in the cutting is P8. From Colombia in Solman Park is 4th. Leonardo Bustamante in the Esse's is 8th. Leonardo Bustamante lost 8th to Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Pablo Aristizabal is 5th. Santiago Idarraga in Conrad Straight is 6th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia is 5th, 0.3 behind Jean-Pierre Perrin. Leonardo Bustamante entering the pits is 8th. Santiago Idarraga in Hell Corner is 6th, 0.5 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Carlos Guerin entering the pits is 11th. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Core event is P5, 0.5 behind Jean-Pierre Perrin. Leonardo Bustamante exiting pits. Santiago Idarraga in Reed Park is P6, 0.5 behind Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Carlos Guerin exiting pits. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in the Dipper is P5, 0.5 behind Jean-Pierre Perrin. Jean-Pierre Perrin in Conrad Straight is 5th. Andres Camilo Cardona from Colombia in the chase is 9th, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jean-Pierre Perrin in Mountain Straight is P5. Best lap is a 1:59.021. 1.147 off the fastest lap. Andres Camilo Cardona in Mountain Straight is P9, 0.4 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Andres Camilo Cardona passed Jose Miguel Moncada for P8. Juan Martin Acuna from Colombia in Skyline is P3, 1.1 behind Juan Martin Botero. Andres Camilo Cardona in the Dipper on lap 3 is P8, 0.6 behind Alejandro Arango. Alejandro Arango from Colombia in Conrad Straight is P8. Alejandro Arango lost P8 to Jose Miguel Moncada. Juan Martin Acuna is third, 0.4 behind Juan Martin Botero. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Reed Park is P4. Best lap is a 1:57.393. Juan Martin Acuna from Colombia in Forest's Elbow is P3, 0.9 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Leonardo Bustamante in Skyline is P10, 0.3 behind Alejandro Arango. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in pit straight on lap 5 is P4, 0.6 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Juan Martin Acuna from Colombia in the cutting is third, 0.5 ahead of Juan Pablo Aristizabal. Juan Pablo Aristizabal in Reed Park is P4, 0.5 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Carlos Huertas from Colombia is 11, 4.9 behind Leonardo Bustamante. Carlos Huertas was 3.8 faster last lap. Juan Pablo Aristizabal from Colombia in Conrad Straight is 4th, 0.1 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Juan Pablo Aristizabal lost 4th to Santiago Idarraga. Juan Pablo Aristizabal entering the pits is 11th. Leonardo Bustamante in the Dipper is P9, 0.5 behind Alejandro Arango. Alejandro Arango in Conrad Straight is 9th battling Leonardo Bustamante. Alejandro Arango was 1.9 faster last lap. Leonardo Bustamante in the chase is 0.2 behind Alejandro Arango. Alejandro Arango was 1.9 faster last lap. Juan Martin Botero from Colombia in Skyline is P2, 1.2 behind J.Enriquez. Alejandro Arango in Ford event is 0.4 behind Leonardo Bustamante. Juan Martin Botero in the chase on lap 6 is second, 1.1 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez from Colombia in Mountain Straight is first, 1.4 ahead of Juan Martin Botero. Juan Martin Botero in Reed Park is P2, 1.3 behind J.Enriquez. Santiago Idar Rocket in the Dipper is fourth, 1.3 behind Juan Martin Acuna. J.Enriquez is P1, 1.9 ahead of Juan Martin Botero. Santiago Idar Rocket in Mountain Straight is fourth, 0.6 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Leonardo Bustamante in Murray's Corner is 8th, 0.5 behind Jose Miguel Moncada. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Mountain Straight is 8th battling Leonardo Bustamante. Juan Martin Botero in Conrad Straight is second, 0.5 behind J.Enriquez. J.Enriquez was 0.7 faster last lap. Jean-Pierre Perrin in Forest's Elbow on lap 8 is P5, 3.7 ahead of Andres Camilo Cardona. Jean-Pierre Perrin lost P5 to Andres Camilo Cardona. Santiago Idarraga in the chase is P4. Juan Carlos Guerin from Colombia in the Dipper is P11. Santiago Idarraga is 4th, 0.5 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Juan Martin Botero from Colombia in the Dipper is P1, 2.8 ahead of J.Enriquez. Juan Carlos Guerin in Core Event is 11th, 0.9 behind Carlos Huertas. Leonardo Bustamante in Forest's Elbow is P7. Juan Carlos Guerin in the Dipper is 11, 0.5 behind Carlos Huertas. Andres Camilo Cardona on lap 10 is 6th, 1.9 ahead of Leonardo Bustamante. Leonardo Bustamante was 6.5 faster last lap. Jose Miguel Moncada entering the pits is P8. Andres Camilo Cardona exiting pits. Andres Camilo Cardona lost 6th to Leonardo Bustamante. Jose Miguel Moncada is P9. Leonardo Bustamante is P6, 4.9 ahead of Andres Camilo Cardona. Juan Martin Botero is P1, 3.5 ahead of J.Enriquez. Juan Martin Botero entering the pits is P1. J.Enriquez entering the pits is P2. Jose Miguel Moncada exiting pits. Juan Martin Acuna is 3rd. Juan Martin Acuna entering the pits is 4th. J.Enriquez on lap 11 is 2nd. Alejandro Arango in the S's is 8th, 2.9 ahead of Carlos Huertas. Juan Martin Botero exiting pits. J.Enriquez exiting pits. Alejandro Arango lost 8 to Carlos Huertas. Juan Martin Acuna is 5th. Best lap is a 1:57.708. 1.958 off the fastest lap. Juan Martin Acuna exiting pits. Carlos Huertas is 8th. Juan Carlos Guerin entering the pits is 11th. Carlos Huertas entering the pits is P8. Juan Martin Acuna in the cutting is P5, 2.9 ahead of Leonardo Bustamante. Leonardo Bustamante was 7.0 faster last lap. Carlos Huertas is P8. Best lap is a 2:02.278. 6.528 off the fastest lap. Jose Miguel Moncada in pit straight is P10. Jose Miguel Moncada passed Carlos Huertas for 9th. Juan Martin Botero entering the pits is 2nd. Juan Martin Botero is P2. Jean-Pierre Ferrand entering the pits is P3. Juan Carlos Guerin exiting pits. Carlos Huertas exiting pits. Jean-Pierre Ferrand is P3. Carlos Huertas is 10. Juan Martin Botero is 5th. Best lap is a 1:55.750. Juan Martin Botero exiting pits. Jean-Pierre Ferrand exiting pits. Juan Martin Acuna in Mountain Straight is 4th. Alejandro Arango is P8. Santiago Idarraga entering the pits is 1st. Juan Martin Acuna in the dipper is P4. Santiago Idarraga on lap 13 is P1. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Conrad Straight is 7th. Leonardo Bustamante entering the pits is 3rd. Leonardo Bustamante is P4. Santiago Idarraga exiting pits. Alejandro Arango exiting pits. Carlos Huertas in Reed Park is 9th. Leonardo Leonardo Bustamante is 7th. Juan Carlos Guerin in the Dipper is P11. Leonardo Bustamante exiting pits. Juan Martin Botero in Sulman Park is P4. Leonardo Bustamante exiting pits. Andres Camilo Cardona in Forest's Elbow is 5th, 1.3 behind Juan Martin Botero. Juan Martin Acuna in Conrad Strait is P4, 0.2 behind Juan Martin Botero. Andres Camilo Cardona in Murray's Corner on lap 13 is 5th, 0.5 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Juan Martin Acuna is P4, 0.9 ahead of Andres Camilo Cardona. Andres Camilo Cardona in Sulman Park is P5, 1.0 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Andres Camilo Cardona was 4.7 faster last lap. Santiago Idarraga in Conrad Strait is 2nd. Andres Camilo Cardona is 5th, 0.5 behind Juan Martin Acuna. Juan Martin Acuna entering the pits is P5. Juan Martin Acuna is 5th. Juan Martin Acuna exiting pits. Juan Carlos Guerin entering the pits is 11th. Juan Martin Acuna lost P5 to Jean-Pierre Ferrand. Juan Martin Botero is P3, 3.4 ahead of Andres Camilo Cardona. Jose Miguel Moncada from Colombia in Murray's Corner is 8th. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Conrad Straight is 5th. Juan Martin Acuna is 6th. J.Enriquez in the Dipper is P1. Best lap is a 1:56.864. 1.114 off the fastest lap. Alejandro Arango in Griffin's Mount on lap 15 is P10. Carlos Huertas is 9. Leonardo Bustamante in Forest's Elbow is 7th. Best lap is a 1:58.648. 2.898 off the fastest lap. Alejandro Arango in Hell Corner is P10. Juan Martin Acuna in Solman Park is P6. Andres Camilo Cardona from Colombia in the chase is 4th, 4.5 behind Juan Martin Botero. Jean-Pierre Ferrand in Hell Corner is P5. Santiago Idarraga in Skyline on lap 18 is P2. Juan Martin Acuna in Solman Park is 6th. Leonardo Bustamante in the Dipper is 7th. Juan Martin Acuna in pit straight is 6th. Carlos Huertas in Quarry Bend is 9th. Carlos Huertas entering the pits is P10. Jean-Pierre Perrin is P5. Juan Martin Acuna in Reed Park is 6th. Carlos Huertas exiting pits. Jean-Pierre Perrin from Colombia in the chase is P5, 3.9 behind Andres Camilo Cardona. Santiago Idarraga in the cutting is 2nd. Carlos Huertas in Forest's Elbow is 10th. The leader has just finished the race. J.Enriquez finished first. Carlos Huertas finished 10th. Jose Miguel Moncada finished 8th. Santiago Idarraga finished 2nd. Juan Martin Botero finished third. Andres Camilo Cardona finished fourth. Jean-Pierre Perrin finished fifth. Juan Martin Acuna is sixth. Juan Martin Acuna finished sixth. Leonardo Bustamante finished seventh.